Hi, today we have Carla Norad, and she's from St. John Knits. Can you tell us why you're here today?
Kerry, St. John takes a special pride in being here today and working with all the members of the community, working together for something so vital as research for leukemia. On behalf of the St. John family, I'd like to present you with a check for $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we have Inez Huntley, and she's a volunteer, and she's going to present a check.
Check from Hank Wiseman for $1,000.
Super, thank you. All right, thank you.
I wanted to mention that my father died of leukemia 2 years ago, July 8th, so we really need your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and now we have Tom Mann.
Hi, Kerry.
Hi.
I'm here to read some pledges, and while I'm reading the pledges, I'd like everybody to think back to what Marty said at the beginning of the telecast, when he said, remember that 1 minute a child can be here and the next minute they could be gone. Please ring those phones. Let these people answer the phones. Just like Bethel Cole did. She's from West Los Angeles. She gave us a $10 pledge. Larry Collins from Arcadia gave us a $10 pledge. And Mrs. Hermaine Klambauer from Pasadena sent in a $5 pledge. Make those phones ring, please.
Thank you. That was super. That's what we need. The phones keep ringing.
Kerry, you are doing... Let's take a walk, Kerry, you and I. You know you're doing very well.
Thanks.
You know you're doing pretty good. Now, about your shirt. I want to talk about your shirt.
My shirt?
Your shirt looks like an aerial view of Disneyland. What kind of a shirt is that to wear for an event like this? Did you know...
I'm a teenager. I'm a teenager. I'm supposed to wear clothes like this.
Are you a teenager? I've heard about that. I read that in Reader's Digest.
Yeah, most people are before they become an adult.
That's true. Make fun of the tall guy. Go on. Kerry, I guess you know, and let me just say once more, that 10 years ago, just 10 short years ago, a leukemic victim had a 10% chance of survival. Today, only 10 years later, a leukemic victim has 50%. 50% of all leukemic victims survive with a kind of a cure. We don't have a real cure. We call it remission. And we need your money desperately to buy some time so that they can all get into remission. The drugs are so terrific that they have, and we just need some time. When we cure leukemia, we're going to cure cancer. I keep saying it. We've only got 4 hours. You know how long it took us to get here for 4 hours? 8 years of begging and pleading. Remember those 8 years?
They helped me because I take medicine that is experimental, and without your money, I wouldn't have had those experimental drugs. And so that's why I'm here, because of you guys.
You smile so good, and you're so thrilled and happy. I'm a miserable person. That's a wonderful trade. Look, for the Kerrys of the world, please, 669-5000, 669-5000, or the free number. You do the free number.
800-457-4400.
Okay.
And she and her family are there with Couples Against Leukemia. And why are you here today?
Well, I'm here to present a check for $1,000.
Woo, all right.
On behalf of Couples Against Leukemia.
Super, thank you. Thank you. How long have you been with this?
Many years.
Many years? Well, that's great. That's great. That's what we need. People like her to help us keep the money flowing and help us leukemia kids get all better. Thanks. Okay. Here we have Lily Jacobs, and how did you get involved with this?
Well, I am from the senior citizen group from Temple Isaiah. I happen to be the first vice president, and we are presenting you with a check. And please, everyone, get to the phones and donate as much as you can. And I have my own check to give you also.
Thank you. And how much is that for?
I don't want to say.
Oh.
Well, $10.
That's plenty. Hey, $10 is great. We need all the money. Any amount of money, we need it. We need everything that we can get. Thank you. And here we go to Meredith McRae.
Thank you very much. Feel better. And now let's go over to Bill Welsh in the interview area. Bill?
Thanks, Meredith. They told me introduce Kerry Bloor. Why should I do that? This girl has been the most active thing on this show today. Having fun?
It's great.
Listen, as I was warning you before we came on the air here, you could be taking my job away from me the way you're performing here today, huh?
Thanks.
But anyway, I can introduce Mom and Dad. Is that okay? Or do you want to introduce Mom and Dad?
No, that's okay. You can.
Yeah, I get to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness there's something left for me in this interview.
You gotta leave me something.
Well, thank you. Thank you. This is Janet Bloor over here, who is Kerry's mother. And over here beside me is Jim, who is Dad. Is he tough? He looks like
no, he's cool, dude.
He is, huh?
Yeah, we go fishing.
Oh, you do? Hey, great. Now, as you probably know if you've been watching the telecast, Kerry's had a little problem with leukemia. And found out about it when? In 1982, was it?
March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Well, unfortunately, you'll never forget that day, will you?
No, it used to be my favorite holiday,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
Yeah, I understand about that. Then how did things go? We had chemotherapy.
I got chemotherapy for a year and a half, and then I had a relapse. So now then I started all over again, and so now I get my chemo every 10 days.
Every 10 days. And you're going to high school.
Yeah, we're going to be a senior in high school.
And you're trying to get ready to go to college.
Yeah.
And what does this do to your schoolwork? Have to take all the
Messes
chemo?
it up.
Does it really? How does it go, Mother? Do you have to help on this? I know you used to work, but I guess because of Kerry's problems, you've had to sort of step back from that. Huh?
Yes, I've been at home, and it's what my job is now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But Kerry, the benefit for Kerry is that she's very well organized and self-motivated, and I suppose if there are any benefits to having a disease like this, then maybe it is a character builder. It certainly makes everybody stronger. And Kerry goes at her schoolwork primarily by herself and really does a good job.
Well, Jim, also, you and your two sons who are older than Kerry, you had to adjust your lifestyles a little bit, too.
What happens, obviously you change your priorities. You become very involved in the treatment. You become very involved with some of the little things in life that you previously had taken for granted. I think, as Janet said, that if there is any benefit that comes out of this whole process, in some ways it improves the quality of your life, just from the perspective that you bring to it.
Then what happens with you with your schoolmates because of your problems?
Most of them deal with it pretty well. They help me and stuff, and sometimes I try to hide it and I don't like to talk about it, but on the days I get chemo, it's nice to hear your friend laugh and stuff and help you.
Right. Well, I'm sure you don't want to talk about it, but thank goodness you're willing to talk about it, because then we can tell the people today, because of the money they give in the past, you're getting treatment now that does something for you. I had a lady here, 29 years old, learned she had this problem when she was 18. She's now married. She has a child. Another one's on the way. So you see, there is a good life ahead. There is really a great opportunity. And it'll come if you people out there will say, I got to call in on those numbers. The 213 number, 669-5000. The 800 number, 457-4400. If you'll call those numbers, then Kerry and all these other wonderful people are going to have an opportunity to live a wonderful life, just like you and Jim and I do, right, Sam? Hey, hang in there, because you can have my job when I get ready to retire, okay?
Super. Thank you.
Back to Meredith and Greg.
Thank you so much. Kevin O'Donnell is still here with me. So happy to have you here. And Kerry Bloor, you've been helping co-host the telethon all throughout the day today. How are you doing?
All right, fine. This has been fun.
Good.
Would you do me one favor? We've been talking about remission for just a moment, and before we get to a very good total, and I'm going to let you announce, what does it feel like? I mean, how old are you?
I'm 17.
All right, you're 17. You're right now developing very rapidly. There's a lot of social things you want to do, and I'm sure there's a lot of boys that you want to go out with and have a good time. But at the same time, you have to deal with something that some 17-year-olds don't have to. And I know our telethon, we start our summer break yesterday. A couple days ago, they're out of school. And the whole thing is, how do you deal with the question of leukemia? What is remission, and how does it make you physically feel?
Well, remission's when they can't find any cancer cells in you.
Okay.
Okay, but you still have leukemia until you're in remission for 5 years, and then they consider you cured, but you're never really cured at any point in time. But socially, it's kind of, you're different than everyone else, and so sometimes you want to hide it, but you want to make people aware, and you have to let people know what it's about, because everyone thinks that cancer, you're going to die, and a lot of people still do die, and that's why we need this money. But like for me, I'm going to do okay, but I smile a lot, so that's why.
The optimism is shining through. Would you do us both a favor, both Meredith and I, and turn around and say nice and loud and clear, may I have a fanfare,
Let's cross our
please?
fingers right now for this total, but I have a feeling it's going to be a great one.
Fanfare, please.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, watch this grow. From $94,570, Kerry.
10,000.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold it.
101,485.
Isn't that great? We just have a few minutes left, everybody, so please pick up your phone. Remember that leukemia can happen at any time. It's not something that you're born with. We just met a woman whose 44-year-old daughter just died of leukemia. She didn't have it when she was a youngster. Help people like Kerry. She's in remission, and she would not be in remission today if it wasn't for people who had called in their money in the past. So please call in your money right now, won't you? Pick up your phone and call us. I want to hear every phone ringing. Just give us your name, address, and phone number, and that's